Peace, peace. What's going on, my people? It's your boy, Sincere 7, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. The Pad, representing the House of Genesis. Just coming in to kick it with y'all a little bit before I get out to handle a little bit of business. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about something that I've actually been wanting to speak about publicly for a while. And the only reason that I didn't is because, all right, tell me this. Have y'all ever been in this situation where, I don't know, because I go live and I be talking a lot of shit. I'll be like venting and getting stuff off my chest. So I don't know, maybe y'all might not experience this if you don't do that. But so for me, when I get frustrated or aggravated or I'm feeling something within my system, instead of holding it in and allow me, peace, love, and respect, my brethren to the milkman. Instead of allowing it to just run through my system and start to dysregulate my nervous system, I prefer to vent. I prefer to get it out. I prefer to verbalize how I'm feeling and how it makes me feel on the inside and get it out. And this seems to always help me, right? And so there's a situation, peace, my baby. There's a situation that takes place in the community sometimes, and I be wanting to speak on it. But when it takes place, if I speak publicly about it, the individual who might be involved or included in it will feel like, oh, you trying to put me on blast. You know what I'm saying? On live. People really be feeling like that. So sometimes I'll feel some shit and I'll be like, oh, let me go say it. And, I won't, because even though I won't say these people's names, they might be watching the live and they're like, oh, that's how you feel. And I don't like offending people, right? Now, how I feel is how I feel. Yes, it is how I feel. But I don't want you to feel offended when I bring it up. So if I bring it to you directly, that probably is going to give me a little bit more room. But if I go live and I'm saying and you watching it and it's about you, you could feel some type of way. So now there has been enough time that has passed by and actually enough people who do this to where I can speak about it publicly now, and people don't have to feel like I'm talking about them specifically, because I'm not. I'm not speaking about nobody specifically in what I'm about to speak about. I'm about to speak about a situation that comes to me quite often and how I feel about it. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? That's my how you say I got to give my you know what I'm saying, my interlude or whatever it is. I forgot what they call it, but it's like, before I say this, you know what I'm saying, let me say this now. So that way, if anybody, listen to me now, if anybody hops in my inbox about this and has an issue, I don't care. You're going to get cussed out. I don't care. So let's not do that, okay? This is how I feel, and I want to verbalize this so that the public can understand as a practitioner. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about people's state of emergencies that they are going through in their lives, and how a lot of times I feel, see that word, I feel like people try to make their emergencies and their situations going on in their lives my main focus. Okay. And so I just, like I said, there's been times where I wanted to speak about this, but it just was not proper. And when I go into it, you're going to understand exactly what I mean. It's not proper. Okay. So what exactly am I speaking of? Well, I will say this. I'm speaking of the trainings and the teachings that we offer. Okay. If you are interested in training, www.venompractitioner.org or healingwiththekingdoms.com are the places that you would go to research and inquire and possibly even sign up for education. Right? Okay. So here we go. So I don't know, for those of y'all who know, I done got off the blunts smoking joints now. Shout out to Brother Oi. So many people be talking about smoking blunts and, oh, you need to switch, you need to switch, you need to switch. And they just tell me stuff. But my brother Oi said, yo, you need to stop smoking them drones. And he actually sent me a box of Weejits. This is a very, very dope product, y'all. Weejits, it's got some pre-filtered wraps, pre-combs or whatever. And so we just stuff them and blaze them, and they filter out the tar and all the negative stuff. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. Say you switch to joints. I've been at the joints for years now. And I'll say that y'all are right. Actually, the flower tastes so much better, so much cleaner. And yes, I was addicted to the blunts. It was the tobacco and the blunts. I might smoke 2 joints a day now. So how I was smoking 10, 15, 20 blunts a day, now I'm down to 2 joints. So it was definitely the tobacco. All right, now that we rolled up, let's talk about it. So what do you mean, Seven? What is it that people look to make their situations your emergency? This is what I mean. We have been offering and teaching snake venom practitioner, Campbell practitioner, how to work with scorpion venom, healing with the kingdoms, all of these different modalities of healing, right? If you are looking to be an alternative health practitioner and to help your community to heal and things of this nature, we have education for you. But also, if you have family members and loved ones who are suffering from different diseases, ailments, and illnesses, we have services that we assist people or train and teach people to become the healthcare practitioner that their family needs. Okay, let's start there. So I've been a part of quite a few different groups, organizations, and places that I go and I frequent and I talk, and I let these people know what we do, what we have access to. And people are, oh, that's dope. Yeah, that's cool. Just send me snap. Yo, let me, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and see the website. You interested? Maybe one day I'll see about it. I'll check it out, And this has been with quite a few people, introduced, and the opportunity's been given quite a bit. What I have found is that there are quite a few people who I've known for years and who have had this opportunity for years, and for whatever reason, they have not jumped on it. They've not signed up. They've not inquired. They've not learned. And that's okay. I mean, if you want to take class, take class. You don't want to take it, you don't take it. Like, right? But here's the issue. The issue for me is when people all of a sudden figure out that somebody in their family, them, a loved one, or anything like that has come upon an illness, an ailment, a disease that is a challenge to them. First of all, my heart is with you. Like anybody who finds out that they have any debilitating disease, any pain, any suffering, anything within the body, like, that's. However, for you to leave that facility and to call me and to tell me that now it is a must that you take this class or course immediately. It's coming in 3 months. No. I need it today. I need it now. Or I need to take this class, but I don't have the time or the finances, and I need you to give it to me for free. I need you to give me access to these things in a way that those people who have come to you in the past and said, I'm looking for this. You said to them, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you need to do these things. And if you do all of these things, you will receive this. And I've inquired and required all of those things from them. And when people who have had that same access and opportunity find out that they have an emergency, they try to turn that into my emergency. They try to turn that into my main focus, and that puts me in a very, very uncomfortable position. Let me be very clear. I don't like to turn nobody down. I don't like to tell nobody no. I don't like to tell nobody there's nothing that I can do. However, I don't like when people think that I am supposed to do things special and out of regulation and out of standard operating procedures because they've come into an emergency, especially when the very thing that you are trying to get right now has been offered to you for years and you kept turning it down. Okay? Has been offered to you for years and you kept ignoring it. Has been offered to you for years. There's people now who have realized that other people to call me and say, I see so-and-so took your class. And I'm like, oh, wow, how are they doing that before I'm doing it? So I need to, wait a minute. If you're watching, no diss, but I'm just saying, what is it that is making you all make the decisions that you make? What is it that, for me personally, I became an alternative healthcare practitioner because I actually was looking to learn how to do things and carry things, diet, nutrition, preventive maintenance. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't trying to become somebody who can heal things. I was trying to figure out why the hell is 80% of the people in the hospital right now suffering from dinner table diseases. Dinner table diseases. Yes, that's what they're called. They're the diseases that are created at your dinner table. Yeah, right? We know why, right? So a lot of my studies and a lot of the things that I wanted to bring forth was preventive medicine. Preventive. So with that being said, that was where my focus was. But of course, as a healer, we have to know how to address things once they're here. But my point in saying all of that, is that I invite you to become the alternative healthcare practitioner that you want to be before your people get sick. Don't wait until grandma catches Alzheimer's, or until mom catches cancer, or until dad gets high blood pressure, or until my auntie got diabetes, and then say, oh, I need to go and learn how to assist these people to bring themselves back to a balanced state of harmony in a natural form. Because the majority of people are now seeing that the Western medicine uses and deals with a lot of synthetic-based medicines and things that sometimes will cause harm to different parts of the body while healing other parts. Some people have post-traumatic stress, PTSD, from dealing with Western medicine. Some people have traumatic events in dealing with Western, and they're like, no, never again, not no more. I don't want to step into those places. Understand, there is not, as a alternative healthcare practitioner, we do not, it's not like we're out here like, well, most of the people at the hospital, we're not sitting out here like the Maytag repairman, if that makes sense. If I'm not showing my age, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the Maytag repairman? His job, because they was like, Maytag was so good, you never need to call her, so he just be sitting in the office. Like, alternative healthcare is not like that. There are so many people who do not trust, do not have the finances for, do not have the bandwidth for Western medicine. And so what I'm saying by that is that I invite you all to start your training, because also you're practitioners. Your doctor is a practitioner. If he opens his own office, they call it a practice. Oh, hey, Dr. Stevens, I see you opened your own practice. Congratulations. Okay? He is at a state of mastery to where now he feels like he can stand alone. See? And so this is what we're trying to get our practitioners to. So we start you off as practitioners in one of the kingdoms. Start building that confidence, building that knowledge, building that understanding, and building that relationship with your community. Understand that as a practitioner, your practice is with your community. So when you learn, like we have practitioners who just learned snake venom practitioner, right? They already knew how to deal with the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the fungi kingdom, and the kingdom of man, and they needed the animal kingdom. So they came, got trained. Now they are practicing that. They're already solidified in their communities as the healers, or as the people that when you're dealing with this, oh, go to them. When you're dealing with this, go to them. But the more you go to them, you're finding out that they're steady practicing. Oh, you do what now? Oh, okay, cool, because I've been going to the other side of town to get that whenever I leave here. So you do that now. Awesome. Boom. And now the more you learn, the more you earn. If you take my classes, that is something that you will always hear. The more you learn, the more you earn. You start off in one thing and you begin to study and practice and learn. So with that being said, when you become a practitioner and you start working with your community and assisting people on these journeys that they're on, and they start to trust you more, and they're seeing your knowledge base, they're seeing you assist people with things that they didn't even think alternative healthcare practitioners could do. And the more that you do that, the more clients you get. Understand, y'all, when I first started out, I was getting people who I knew in my community, and we were dealing with a lot of diet and nutrition. We were dealing with a lot of inflammation of the body and removing the inflammation. And as I learned and studied more, we went into pain relief. We went into herbs, right? And these different herbs and these different plants that you will use to assist your body. And the more that I learned, then I got into the fungi and the different mushrooms that assist your body, your brain, your blood, your nervous system. And the more I got to practice, and years later, I got into the animal medicines. So I went from colds and inflammations to blood pressure and diabetes and cancer. Okay. So with these last few years of dealing with the modalities I deal with now, it's reached the state of where cancer patients and clients are coming to me, and we're having some outstanding results with most of them. Let me touch on this real quick. Side note: alternative practitioners, alternative healthcare practitioners. Let me just speak on this real quick. One thing that I don't do, I don't Western medicine bash. First of all. Second of all, I do not worship or praise alternative healthcare practitioners, and I do not speak to clients in a way to insinuate that alternative healthcare is better than Western medicine, because there is no better or worse. So understand that when I got my human design analysis, I was informed that I should never use Western medicine. To everything that exists, there's an opposite equal. So if she's telling me I should never use Western medicine because this is not right for my system, that means that there's a system out there that's opposite than mine. And that means if it's opposite than mine, that it probably would thrive in Western medicine and should never depend on alternative healthcare. Believe me or don't, I don't care, but understand what I'm saying. That I never try to give a client the idea that Western medicine or Eastern medicine is better than one another. I had a client that came to me with breast cancer. Let me just share this. I had a client who came with breast cancer, and they said, "Hey, I was familiar. I was told about what you do. Can you explain it more?" Hell yeah. So the snake venom, this does this. The scorpion venom does this, that, and the other. She says, "Okay, I think I want to lean into this, but I'm a little nervous, like, because I'm supposed to start chemo." And I'm like, "Oh, you're telling me that, if I do this, that this is this, and I don't know." And I said, "I'll tell you what. Generally, we do 90-day walks. Listen, y'all." I said, "I'll tell you what I'll do. We can go on a 30-day walk. You can start, go get your readings. We'll see where you're at. We'll start your Venoms. We'll go hard for the first 30 days. After 30 days, you go get another checkup. We'll see where you're at, and we'll go from there." She says, "Okay, let's do it." I said, "Bet." She calls me a week or two later. We start our Venom. She calls me a week or two later. "Hey, the doctors want to put a port in A port. So understand, y'all, that when you get chemotherapy, they install a port into your body. So when you get chemo, they can just plug it into, boom, they plug the chemo in there and stick it. So this is a semi-permanent, not like permanent forever, but while you're getting chemo, it'll be in your body for months. So I said, oh, well, I think you should go get the port. Now, somebody asked me as an alternative healthcare practitioner, why would you tell her to go get a port? Because if listen, these venoms do not serve her correctly, and she does need to start getting chemo, she needs to start her chemo immediately. But if she doesn't get the port, they will have to schedule her to get the port. It might be another 6 to 8 weeks before she can get the port. And they're like, yeah, but you the snake venom dude, and you know what this dude, yeah. However, she doesn't know, she's not comfortable. Let's keep it balanced. So a month went by. We're doing venoms, I think every week. We're going heavy. We're doing the max with her. Okay. And she goes and gets a checkup. And she comes back and she said, hey, Seven, yes, there's been changes in the breast lump. There has? Yes, it got bigger. Wait, what? When I started, it was this size, and now it's this size. It was bigger. I says, hey, so I think that we might need to alter, right, what we're doing. She says, yeah. So you're going to go get the chemo? Yeah. Okay. We stopped the snake venom, and she started getting chemo, I think, the next week, right? So what I'm saying to you all is that what's important to me is that my client heals, not that I'm looked at as the best option, the best choice, the only thing. Oh, Western medicine, that's that bullshit. Don't get no chemo. Don't do that. Don't do. I got family members who they would not have been here had they not been. I know who you're talking about. She's an amazing person. Well, I don't share anybody's, name, this, that, and the other. So I'm just speaking of a situation I had before. But my point is that I never speak against Western medicine. And I believe that now she's, I'll ask you, is everything taken care of? And you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I don't try to insinuate that this is better, that this is the better thing, the only thing. No, this is an option, alternative healthcare. And also understand that there's a lot of differences in what we do and what they do in Western medicine. Western medicine is a force. They force things. See, in alternative healthcare, this is more about cooperation. And there's a lot of clients who cannot stop eating certain things, cannot stop smoking certain things, cannot start exercising, cannot doing some of the things that when you're using alternative healthcare, it's almost a prerequisite that you're doing these things to assist all of these things, because it's not a force. It's not 90% is going to make it do it. No. It's changing this to this. It's subtly removing this and then increasing this by 20%. And your body slowly will say, yeah, all right, let's get it. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes Western medicine works for some people. Okay? So let's be very cautious about how we as alternative health practitioners present, because I'm gonna tell you, there's been a lot of individuals that I've heard talk, and I'm nah, I wouldn't deal with them. You're speaking as if you can guarantee this. You're speaking as if this always does this. You're speaking as if this is so much better than this because this does this and those things do that, and the things that you say do that, they don't. I seen a post the other day where there was an alternative health practitioner speaking about an herbal blend that they make to address, what they said was to replace Adderall. And that's where they messed up, because some of the claims that they were making about the herbs that was in their mix and what they do, it does do it. But when they said that this replaces that, it doesn't, because these things do different things. And although that thing will give an individual who takes Adderall another option to say, you know what? I like what this does and what it makes me feel like, to the point where I don't need to take this. But this does not replace this, because this does not do the same thing that this does. And so it's claims like that, and it's just a lot of boastful and just over the top claims that are put into things that makes, this is why, the whole CMOS, right? If you think about CMOS, there's people like, and they're saying that because other people have given them the impression that CMOS is the new black seed oil. It's the cure all. And if you like, oh, COVID, yeah, you need to take black sea moss, sea moss and elderberry syrup. And it's like, hey, come on, y'all. Sea moss and elderberry syrup. Sea moss does hold a lot of mineral content and things like that, but it's a lot of trace amounts in the elderberry, and all those things do boost your immunity. That is true. Let's just say that. But will it keep you from getting this disease? And will it cure this? And what? No, stop it. And that's what makes people who are not well educated and aware of alternative healthcare makes them not trust it. It's when people make these claims and put over the top things into these infomercials and all of that. So we got to be careful with that, y'all. As a instructor of animal medicines, I'm gonna say like this: it's amazing enough just alone saying what it does. I don't have to add anything. I don't have to add and make it sound great and cool. It's awesome as it is. I promise you, if you really study it and you learn what these things are, how they work, and how simple the compilation of them are. They're amino acids. They're amino acids, which is the building blocks of your very body. They're not made out of petroleum-based, you know what I'm saying, substances and all of these oil-based. Like, no, they're not. That's that Western. They're not that. These are the same exact things that your body is made out of. And there's signals and there's codes. And it's telling the different parts of your body what to do. The other part is simply giving your body what it needs to make sure that everything is in there so that those actions that they're telling it to make play. Because if it's telling it, you know, turn on the calcium ion channel and you ain't got enough calcium, you know what I'm saying? Turn on a phosphate ion, but you don't have no, right? So as long as you start with the minerals, right? Get that mineral kingdom up, then you start to add the plant kingdom, right? Then that fungi kingdom, the intelligence. Then the animal kingdom is the activation, and the kingdom of man is the consciousness. Oh, and of course, the celestial kingdom. But, you know, you want to know more, tap in. But I just wanted to sit and kick it with y'all a minute about that. You know, just prepare. Don't wait until somebody's sick. Don't wait until a loved one is going through something. Get educated. www.venompractitioner.org or healingwiththekingdoms.com. Want to become an alternative healthcare practitioner, a bee venom administrator, a Campbell administrator, snake venom administrator? You know, are you looking to be that person in your community that can heal, that can assist people with bringing, you know what I'm saying, diseases out of their body and bringing harmony back in? I mean, I did, and I walked that walk, and it's been almost 25 years. And if I could change anything, it would be the way that I learned it all. And that's why we have created what we've created for y'all. So just wanted to stop in and tap in and kick with y'all a minute. Missed y'all. Been out here just working. As you see, I've been a lot less on the book and things like that. A lot more on the gram. But yeah, we working over here. We getting these classes good for y'all. We getting these retreats. It's a lot going on behind the scenes, so I just had to step back. But I did want to come in and just say, hey, don't wait. Don't wait till it's an emergency, y'all. Let's get it now. And don't wait till the last minute. We got payment plans and things like that. You know what I'm saying? People be calling like 2 weeks before class trying to get a payment in. Like, listen, I don't understand why people do that. It seems like every semester, every year, people will wait until 2 to 3 weeks before class and then try to get in. Y'all know that the classes are already out, right? Y'all know they're already scheduled. Y'all know y'all can, like, you can log on right now and sign up for October's class right now, right? Right? You can be making payments till then. What? Like, I don't know. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. I just be thinking sometimes, like, I don't know. Maybe they don't know that there's other options. So I just wanted to just come and drop a little something real quick. Like, let me put it on your mentals. That was something you was meaning to. Well, go ahead, tap in. No, like now. www.venompractitioner.org. Tap in now. But before you do that, tell somebody you love them in a language that they can understand it in. Peace.